The White House calling out former Director Comey yet again on the leaked memos. Sarah Huckabee Sanders from yesterday when asked about it.
The memos that Comey leaked were created on an FBI computer while he was the director. He claims they were private property, but they clearly follow the protocol of an official FBI document. Leaking FBI memos on a sensitive case, regardless of classification, violates federal laws. I think that's pretty clean and clear that would be a violation.
Well, South Carolina Congressman Trey Gowdy chairs the House Oversight Committee. My guest now, and sir, thank you for coming back here.
Yes, sir.
She essentially says he broke the law. Did he?
Well, Bill, if it's that clean and clear, I'm sure she's referred it to the Department of Justice. After all, President Trump handpicked Jeff Sessions to be his Attorney General. So if the evidence is as clear as the press secretary says it is, I'm sure that matter is already in Jeff Sessions' office.
Well, with regard to that, she said, and quoting now, the Department of Justice has to look at any allegation of whether or not something's illegal or not. That's not up for me to decide.
She's right about that.
Do you know if she referred it or not?
I have no idea. Bill, this is what I do know. Alleging criminal violations is very serious, which is why I don't do it. Press secretaries don't get to make that call. Members of Congress don't get to make that call. Reporters don't get to make that call. That's an executive branch function. After an investigation, a charging decision is made by a career prosecutor. So if you have evidence of a crime, instead of sharing it with a gaggle of reporters, share it with the people who can actually do something about it. That would be my advice.
Okay. She says the more she learns, the more her boss is vindicated. Do you see it that way?
I think that there were reasons to replace James Comey as the FBI director. I think it took this administration a long time to settle on those reasons, and some of the reasons they cited initially weren't all that good. I've had my differences with Jim Comey. He's gone now. We have a new FBI director. President Trump picked the person that he wanted. I'm very interested in talking to Jim Comey, not about how he left the FBI, but about some other decisions he made while he was the FBI director.
Such as?
Well, if there's anything that's axiomatic in investigations, is that you don't make up your mind until you interview the last witness. It is beyond dispute that he made up his mind not to charge Secretary Clinton before he interviewed her. There's no question about that. What my friends in the Senate have uncovered is he may well have made up his mind before he interviewed the last dozen witnesses. So how in the world my fellow citizens can have confidence in an investigation where you reach the conclusion before you've even gathered all the facts and all the evidence is stunning.
Just one more thing on that. There's a report that suggests he started writing his report 2 months prior to announcing his decision. So that would not have been July of 2016, but rather May of 2016. Does that square with the information you have?
The Senate has information I don't have. I want to say that up front. I do have information on the House side.
You just referred to it as to drawing conclusions before you get to the interviewee or the entire investigation itself.
Right. What I'm saying is there's sufficient factual basis to bring him in and ask him, when did you make up your mind that you were not going to charge Secretary Clinton? I can tell you because I've seen with my own eyes he made up his mind before he interviewed her. How far back, whether it was 2 weeks or 2 months, quite frankly, Bill, is immaterial to me. He did it before he interviewed the last witness.
And you challenge their Americanism. And it's the lowest thing that I've ever seen in my 32 years in Congress.